You gonna tell the people what I offered to do for you?
No. Just because it's my birthday.
It's his birthday. So I offered up what any good partner would offer up. You know what it is.
You offered to wash my car.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah. All right. Welcome to our channel. Meet Takesta and Jones. I am livingishe reviews, or Ishé, and this lovely lady is
Lisa, also known as the Alkali Yogi.
yes. And you know, we're all about health because health is wealth, and you know, it means we rich beyond our years. So we don't have a mukbang, but we're gonna eat some fruit.
Yeah.
That's sexy.
Because if you guys know what we're up to, this is pretty much what we're doing right now.
Yes, pretty much.
We're on our detox cleanse
Yes.
to get our summer body ready. Just kidding. It has nothing to do with that. Like zero, stingy with De Niro.
We are all year round healthy.
Yeah.
So
We just have some health goals.
I know. What was we talking about? We was talking about Bruno Mars.
Oh, yeah. Let the people chime in. Do you consider Bruno Mars a melanated person? Is he part of the tribe? This tribe?
I think he's sort of melanated. I think he's, because everybody thought he was before they knew he wasn't.
Before they knew he was Filipino?
Filipino and Puerto Rican.
Anyways, I say he's a minority, so we accept him as that, but I don't accept him as a
Full.
melanated, like a black person per se, but sure, he's a minority person. We share that in common. We could even say he's a person of color, which he is. But yeah, we'll say that. I think person of color. But that's not the same as black. Because culturally, right, there are different nuances to all of the varietals of people of color, if you will. We're like grapes. There's so many of us, different notes and, flavor profiles and what have you.
Oh, well, Bruno Mars is like kind of fell off, I think, a little bit. So we only talked about Bruno Mars because we was watching videos and it just came up on, what's it called?
I think X Factor UK, which is apparently back on post-COVID.
Yeah, so they was on there doing a Bruno Mars song. So that's why we started talking about Bruno Mars. So anyway, we are here to review Ready to Love season 6, 5, 6, whatever. Episode 12. And it's the last gosh darn it episode.
Thank you. Jesus.
Man, get her done. They got it done because we had to. It was like, it just kept going on and on and on.
I think this was the first season they actually went to 12 episodes, 13 with a reunion.
There was a lot of firsts this season.
Yeah.
We had
half the cast self-eliminated.
Half the cast self-eliminated. They was like, this ain't working. My king ain't here. My queen ain't here. They're like, get me out of there. First, the nearest exit, I'm jumping. We had sexual. No, we had some.
Well, DC the first time did that too.
We had some
allegedly.
Assaults. Yeah, but see, it's all been in DC or DMV, and this went an episode longer.
2 episodes longer.
2 episodes
and
longer.
We felt it.
And there's only one couple, correct?
Well, truthfully, 2 couples walked away because...
well, we're not going to say who they are.
Yeah, 2 couples walked away together, technically.
Yeah. Are we good? Are we?
Yeah, we're good. I think we're, the screen is set. Can I just say that we didn't need 2 more episodes of Ready to Love? This season really dragged on for me personally. What say you, viewers? What say you, Ishé?
I say get these cast members off social media. Don't let them do interviews because we learning too much. There's no surprises, no shocks.
True.
everybody's talking and telling. It like takes the naive. It takes the. I want to be like stupid. If I'm watching TV,
I want to be entertained.
Yeah, I'm learning too much. I'm seeing stuff I don't want to see. I'm hearing people. It's like when your favorite musical artist or performer, when you find out what they think politically,
Oh yeah.
and it's like you just ruined my whole I can't listen to your songs no more, right? I can't watch your videos. Like now that I know you're an idiot the way you think. You know,
True.
I just like wait till the season's ended. Like I know they gotta have some kind of NDA. Like get the lawyers involved. Like do up this contract where like they can't talk.
It needs to be airtight.
Yeah, we're not just saying it because we don't interview. I don't wish to interview really. I mean, not right now, but you know, there's nobody that exciting on these shows I wish to interview. So I'm not saying it because I can't get interviews. I'm just saying like I rather after the season ends, let's do the interviews.
Yeah.
But while it's going, I mean, the people who eliminate, they start telling and talking, and it's like,
Breaking down the whole fourth wall.
Yeah, do that after. But anyway, I'm having mango and apples, and I'm probably gonna have some more by the time this is done. So let's start off.
Apothecary, by the way, which is a sour tart cherry concoction. One of the supplements that we're taking from Purium. Check out our video. We'll link it in the description box.
Yes,
that we did on Purium and how we are doing this detox cleanse.
Yep. Okay, so let's start off with this episode, shall we? So it starts off with all the cast who's left her meeting at Georgia Brown's, a very nice soul food spot in Northwest DC. Have a good brunch there. So we got Dakia, Paul, Clifton, Joy, of course. Who's the other one? Carmen and Donovan, right? That's it.
Yeah, those are the last 6 remaining.
Yep. So they have everybody sitting with not with their main person. So that's kind of like, that was staged. Like they just put everybody. They wanted to mix it up. Okay, we got you. So Carmen and Donovan end up together. They end up sitting together after they sit with everybody else. Then the kid and Paul are like, they're like, she's like sort of wondering when the spark is going to happen between them two. Because they're the only ones left. It's kind of like by proxy, like they had to end up together. Like there was nobody else,
Yeah.
Clifton, Tori, they left. Paul was there. And same with him.
Yeah.
He didn't get with Tina. And Carmen wasn't, taking to him. Yeah. Sabrina killed him right first day.
He's her mentor.
Yeah, he's her mentor.
Wink, wink.
And,
they both dated loads of people. Both Dakia and Paul really went through this process. They dated loads of people. But as you said, by proxy, they're kind of the last 2 remaining.
Yep.
Not by connection, not organically.
No. And then we got Joy and Clifton running around like they got wings. So they're like worried about this long distance relationship, working out or not. Tommy comes in and talks about the ground rules for this episode.
Can you guys follow the rules?
So we find out that Demetrius and Sabrina have self-eliminated. We told y'all that from last episode. And then this episode, it's time for the guys to meet the girls' family. So about this long distance thing, I just want to get on that for a second. I've had many long distance relationships.
You have?
No, I had a few.
Just kidding.
I had a lot.
Just pulling your leg, including I. I
So,
too was
yeah.
one of those long distance relationships.
Yes, you was. And look what happened. Now we're here.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Now we're here. So, yeah, I don't, he can make it work. Well, I don't know why he worried. He can make it work if he just fly his big self down there once a month. It's only 6 months. Go once a month.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all can FaceTime. That's the beauty of today's technology. Back in the day, you couldn't do that, but you can FaceTime. You can fall asleep on FaceTime. You can wake up on FaceTime. And all he had to do is keep his security, keep secure
Right.
about her, not worrying about her. Because, women can keep it, they can keep it, tight,
They can.
professional.
We do.
And yeah, he don't have to worry about it if he just chills out. So I wouldn't worry if I was him. But it's kind of messed up that it's like they just meeting and then 6 months
Yeah.
time. So, but on the other hand, they're gonna have 6 months to get on each other's nerves and figure out if
That's
they
true.
want to stay together.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're gonna start off with Carmen. Oh,
And also,
I'm
if I
sorry.
could just chime in too, thanks to the panorama, loads of people are actually able to work remotely. So there might be an opportunity for him to not only go down there for once every month and get a little holiday, but make it a working holiday.
Yeah.
So for a lot of people, that's the new reality anyways now.
It can be done, and Mexico ain't far away from
Right.
here at all.
And you probably don't need to cross the border by foot like he did.
More on that. That's going to
In
be
another
story
video.
time. Yeah. Okay, so we start off with Carmen and her parents. They're traditional and very religious. They're Bible thumping Christians. Like, I mean, God's first thing that came out the mom's mouth.
Well,
Father,
she's a pastor, but we don't know about what the dad does. He was
Oh.
former military, but
Former
yes,
Marine.
her mom
or
is.
he's
her-
always a Marine. Once
Yeah.
a Marine, always a Marine. Semper Fi.
And her mom is in the church actively as a pastor, sir.
Yeah. And so the mother starts off with the God talk. And then we got, here comes Donovan. Mm-hmm. He didn't dress up, but he did bring a bouquet. Mm-hmm. He should have brought one for Carmen too, like she brought one for him and his mom.
Just saying.
Just saying. But the father, he tries to play the hard role, and but he greeted the dad. But the dad earlier, he was like, "Yeah, I'm sitting right next to him because if I got to put him in a headlock." Yeah, that would have been funny. But
Come here, boy.
but yeah, I mean, Donovan did get points with the bouquet with the mother. The father was still, iffy, being guarded. I must say, she looked exactly like her mom, though. She looked just like her mom.
That whole family is attractive. I
Yeah,
thought
they're
the
good looking.
dad,
Yeah, good looking folks.
all of them.
But also, so he gained points with that. There in the course of conversation, he lost points when he was talking about his prior marriage because the dad was grilling him. The dad was like, "Why were you married? I mean, why did your marriage end? And why'd you get divorced and all that stuff?" How is she gonna be with your kids? Are you gonna let her raise your kids? Let her discipline them? I mean, he had them married down the aisle already, like with a blended family. So yeah, he lost points when they found out that he had 2 baby mamas and his last marriage ended because he stepped out on his wife and that he cheated. He basically said it. I mean, it's something to say for being forthcoming, but second thought is like, who needs to really know that besides the person you with? Because I think it could come back and bite him later on. He's under a microscope already. So, I mean, that's private. That's your business. What happened in your last marriage? All they need to know is that it ended you're legally divorced. There's no, you're not no longer entertaining the ex and all that stuff. That's all they need to know. And you're a good guy and you love the daughter, basically, And so the dad was like, well, how do I know you're not going to do that to my daughter? It's like, it just brings up all these questions. And he's only been out of the marriage for 4 months. Like, that's the thing that gets me. I mean, man, like a year at least, 2 years, 5 years. It takes a while to get over stuff for some people. But he big and he says he's good and he's over it. So, so he did get respect for being truthful, but to what avail? What do you say?
I didn't realize that Donovan's past was so messy. I think that there are some red flags there. I didn't know that the 2 children that he has fathered were with 2 different women. I had just naturally assumed that they were from his marriage. That makes a difference because it's a little bit like Dante. Shout out to Little Black Book 91, also known as Kojo, fellow YouTuber. But the way that he kind of paraphrased it, and I quite agree with him, to be honest, is like with Aisha and Dante, when they went off to ride off into the sunset, and then shortly thereafter they split up, it's because she was a woman of a particular kind of integrity. She had her children within the confines of her marriage. Whether people value that or not, I think it counts for something. Me, with my personal history, I also value that. And I think that this as well about me, is that I value people that have children in committed situations and are not just having children recklessly and carelessly. And then on top of that, to have a divorce because of infidelity, to me, it just feels messy. So the same way that Dante to me was not good enough for Aisha, I'm now doubting. First of all, I don't even believe that there's a true connection there outside of maybe physical anyways. I don't know that they're equally yoked, but I don't know much about either one of them. But she just comes across as very successful, type A, very driven. And I also don't know for certain that she had her child in a marriage, but I think she was married, right? That's what her
yes.
and Laverne, when they her and Laverne first.
She's divorced.
Yeah, so I'm assuming she had her child in within marriage, but I just think that when you're dealing with 2 people who have navigated so differently, have made such different moves in their lives, I don't know that it can really work out, because she seems to have all of her stuff together. He seems to have it less so. This is not to like pass judgment and say that he's not good enough for her, but it's just they move differently, and I think that could create friction when you can be I don't want to say as careless as a person that is happy to have multiple children with multiple partners, but there is an element of recklessness in that for me, given again sort of my history, my upbringing, and the culture that I come from. This is to me not the norm. So I don't love to see it, I guess is what I'm saying. I know that it works for a lot of people, but it's not. And so, that's all. And I guess the other thing, too, that I would add is we don't know if Donovan has just like finished, if like the paperwork was just finalized by the court, meaning if he just got his decree 3 or 4 months ago, or if he's like legally still married and they've not even completed the legal paperwork to actually be fully divorced. So we don't know when he says 3 or 4 months if that means the ink is just now dried.
Oh,
or is he?
I assume like when you talk divorce, so,
like it's finalized.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's hope that because that would mean that he's had some time where there was a separation, and probably about a year since they've not been together, because it takes a while to get a divorce. It doesn't happen overnight through the court systems.
Well, I mean, here, if there is infidelity, you can be divorced.
They
right
could
away.
Expedite that straight away.
So,
So
who
probably
knows? Maybe a year at least.
Yeah.
But that's with all the doing the court things and lawyer things, and then getting the custody, and then bam, the ink is dry, but so it hasn't been a full like year of like you got everything
Right.
set, you got like visitation done, and you're living your life
As a single person.
yeah, with co-parenting.
Right.
So we don't know how long, what the timeline is with that.
Yeah.
But the way Sabrina was making it seem as though, it was just soon. So.
Yeah, it probably was, and not for nothing, but he has a history of moving in a particular. Well, yeah, I mean, if he's, again, so no wonder he was a bit reluctant to speak about having children with another partner, and I'm glad that he's reluctant because.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, it's not that there isn't beauty. Old children are blessings. Let me be very clear, but children also need two parents, right? So if you're recklessly having children with multiple partners, you can't be in all of these different houses. I don't see how you can give the best to your child, but I digress. What I actually want to ask you, living Ishé, or just Ishé, because you're an actual parent, is when the father asked, I'd be curious to know if you could clarify for me. When the father asked, Carmen's dad asked, will Carmen be able to correct your children? I believe he used the term correct, not discipline. Is there a difference between correcting and disciplining, asking for a friend who's married to somebody who has children?
Yes, it's a little different. It's
And
the
what's
same
okay?
realm, but correcting is like some people don't even want you to speak to their kids. Like if
Right.
they get in trouble, I'll take care of it. Like just
Right.
tell me and I'll take care of it. So
Fair.
yeah. So discipline would be like taking measures, like taking things away. If you're in a family, depending on the culture, spanking is not a crime.
Right.
It can go to that too. So yeah, I mean, I assume coming from a black man, he means the whole shebang. Discipline is discipline. Correcting is discipline. You
And how do
sound
you
old
feel
school.
about that? Do you feel that a person that comes into the home that is not a parent to that child or even a parent period has any rights in that? To
Yeah,
correct
I mean,
or discipline or
if you guys
both?
are together and you're becoming the step parent, yeah, I mean, I think it's okay with certain. Yeah, it depends on it just depends on the child and the relationship you have with that. I think you need to make sure that's okay with the other parent too.
But that's not always possible.
It's not. It just depends on I've seen it.
Sure.
I've seen it with both parents be like, hey, if you're in my kid's life and he acts up, then by all means you have it's your house, so you have to discipline him. I'm not there to discipline him.
Okay.
So I mean, I've seen it all kinds of ways. I've seen it where parent absolutely don't want the other person to do anything.
Sure.
So it just depends. At the end of the day, it's the mother who has the, well, I won't say has the authority, but most of the time it normally falls on the mother, how she wants that new parent. She will allow that new parent to discipline
Fair.
the child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bonus parent that's come into the situation.
Yeah. So yeah, with me, I would ask, are you okay with me disciplining him, or do you just want to take care? And if a woman picks a man who she wants to be with, then she figures, this person is a role model and he's good enough to discipline the child because I picked him, kind of thing, and he must be good. I don't know. It's different for every family, but that's a hard one.
Fair. Fair.
Okay, so the mother likes Donovan because she's flirting with him. That's really weird. she's in a wheelchair and
Oh, bless.
she's just flirting, and even the father's like, "Well, dang, can you move him away? Like, what are you doing? You trying to take my woman and my daughter?" But yeah, and then she asked him what's your relationship with Jesus Christ? Is he your savior? It's like, oh, all right. But he got through the test, and it was successful, despite the dad, but the dad warmed up to him, and it seemed like that went well. All right, so now we go to Joy. And Clifton is meeting. I think Joy's parents are both deceased. So her sister is there to meet Clifton. And what is Clifton wearing? Was he wearing a kilt? Or was he? Because he went back to the grunge days, to like to the 90s. And like, he's like over 40. So we can be trendy in our own way, but we don't have to, like, I don't know if that's coming back out. Like, I don't know if that look. He had the leather jacket and either the flannel tied around his waist or a kilt. I don't know what that was, but yeah, people were. I was like, a lot of these styles. Did these styles come back? And
No.
You got the blue contacts
No.
from the 80s and the 90s. I'm like, man, okay.
The gentleman could really take a page out of Demetrius's book.
Demetrius was always fly.
He dressed his age.
Yeah.
Was always looking smart, elegant, well put together.
Yeah, and he didn't look pretentious, like he was trying to look cool, trying to look young. And then when he was leisure time, he had on age appropriate stuff. The shorts, nice sneaks, the t-shirt, took it off, whatever. But he was the most refined looking guy out of this whole. Oh, him and Tori.
Yeah.
I think Tori had some good swag too.
Yeah, he had some good outfits. You're right. Yeah, he had some good outfits.
He was professional. He dressed his age. But everybody's blinged out. Like, it's played out. It's done. Like,
listen, we're in our 40s. We grew up on Hove. Even Hove is not wearing chains anymore.
Yeah.
Kanye's not wearing chains. No one's doing that anymore. Not in our age group.
Yeah, it's not needed. It is not needed. Like, it's like, you don't need to change. You don't need to show off in cars. Like the time to showing off to impress other people, that age it should be done by now. But anyway, so he meets her sister. Her sister looks just like her, except she's sporting the close cropped look, a la.
She was fully bald. There was no close crop. Close crop.
So
fully bald, but she has a.
I bet
face.
she actually had real alopecia, not a fake alopecia.
Let's not put it out there. We don't even know.
I'm just saying,
let's not put sicknesses on people and diagnose.
No, I mean, okay. She was totally bald. I mean, skin like shaved. I don't think she shaved her head. But I'm just saying, you got people out here claiming they have something, but I don't know, because they just anyway, let's move on. That's another video. So the sister asked how Cliff feels about her job in Mexico, performing 6 months at a time and traveling. And I can't remember. He said he was cool or he was worried about it.
Yeah, he said he's the kind of man that, he needs to feel and touch, and he's not looking forward to it. And he doesn't love it. He's human. He wants joy, but he doesn't love this situation of her leaving.
Yeah. So then they kind of admit that they both are OCD. So
less so, but yes, a little bit, yeah. Well, not clinical like I am, but
I'm OCD about a lot of different things in my different ways. So anyway, what else? The sister is concerned about distance. If nobody else is, she's concerned that her sister is going to get hurt because Clifton ain't going to stay around with this foolishness. But Joy says Clifton, with Clifton it's real, and he's all she ever wanted in a man. Man, I don't know what her life has been like, but if he's what she always wanted and that's the best she could get, then I guess it is real. All right, Dakia. So Paul is meeting Dakia's mom and Dakia's brother. brother. Yeah, I forget. I forget. And they're meeting. They're actually at the Canopy. It's the Hilton down Southwest DC. It's a very nice area. It's on the wharf. But anyway, it's nice. That was a nice little meeting. They met for lunch, and but the Kia is. She keeps saying she ain't sure. Like she ain't sure about this whole thing. She doesn't get that. She's waiting for she's waiting for it to happen, and
Right.
she doesn't even know what's going on since it's like with them two because it's so new. Like they haven't really connected earlier, and she keeps mentioning that. What you think?
Because, well, they didn't date earlier because each of them literally went through the process and dated everyone that was basically on the show this season rather. But it just occurred to me, hence why I made that face. When I went back to that scene of him being Paul, P-O, coming out of his car, and both of his hands and the hoodie and the blazer and doing all of this, right? Which, again, questionable fashion choices, but who am I to speak? I also have questionable fashion choices because I live in yoga gear. It occurred to me that he's the only one that didn't bring a gift. No flowers, nothing.
He never brought a good gift.
This is a man that's almost 50 years old. You have not been around the block enough by now to know that when you meet anyone's mom that you are dating or hoping to date, parents, period, that you come with a gift, even if it's not to their home.
Yeah.
Everyone else got the memo.
Even
Donovan
if you
got the
ain't
memo.
really serious about the person that you're about to meet, you want to make good impressions.
Bring some chocolates. Bring something. It's a respect thing, you know? So for me, now I look back at that and I'm like, this guy might be slightly narcissistic. I mean, not diagnosing him or anything like that, but just, just really disappointed that actually out of all the men, if I'm not mistaken, he's the oldest one in the last three that were left. Yeah. The oldest one and came with nothing. Shame.
I think he might be a little, I don't say cheap or thrifty, but he may not just be of that cloth to where you have this knowledge. Even though he's older, I mean, doesn't necessarily equal wiser.
But how many women has he dated? He must have dated tons of women by now.
Well, his caliber of women probably don't require that type of thing, you know? Like his friend said, usually go for a look as aesthetic and not the class.
Right, that's true. Yeah. So if you're just looking for a woman that looks great on your arm at the club, you're not planning a future with her. But I would say this to any viewers who are watching. If you don't know this, take note. Do not ever introduce yourself to a potential partner's parents or family, whether it be in their home or out in public, without a gift in hand. It can
always
be
bring something.
Something small. It could literally be a box of chocolates if you don't want to get a large bouquet, but something. Do not embarrass yourself. And especially, I'll say, when you're dealing with minority groups, it is culturally unacceptable to not honor the parents and show parents respect by bringing something to them. I don't care if you're Asian minority. I don't care if you're Black, an African minority, or the Caribbean. It simply is a no-go. So if you are a person that is not of color and dating somebody of color, or whether you're two colored people dating each other, minorities, whatever, please make note of that. Take it from two people of a particular age.
Yeah, and I mean they had it ain't like he don't have money, but he just spend it on himself maybe. I don't know. He got out the Benz, came out with the blazer with the hoodie attached to it like that. I had one of those in like '99. I probably still got one in my closet. I haven't worn it since 2000.
He put on a hoodie to meet an elder.
No, that was attached to the blazer. Yeah.
Oh, it was a one piece?
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, that's a little
suspect.
For 50, man. Yeah, that's not. You wouldn't see Demetrius or Tori rocking that,
Yeah.
But
it's about just showing respect, because even if you're not serious about the girl, the point is you're taking up her family's time. and you have to present yourself to the elders respectfully.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, it didn't have that much respect on it.
Yeah, it doesn't have to cost over $10, so don't give me an excuse of, well, I don't have the money. Okay.
Yeah, he got money. He was bragging about his credit score. And being
Right,
800.
Mr. 800. When they're advertising for the low interest rates, they're speaking directly to you and also to us.
Hey, they don't
We
need
also
to-
have very,
but
very great, excellent
Is
credit.
that
actually.
something to brag
But
about?
yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
I
It
don't
doesn't to brag about that and to not even be able to bring a $10 box of Ferrero Rocher to Dakia's mother. Forget about it. Forget about it.
All right. So yeah, we found out that he's divorced out of a 12-year marriage, and he has 2 twin girls who are 30, just about 30. So
Fully grown.
he's been around. Mom asked about having grandkids, and he honestly said nah. So he's out of there. Period. I mean,
Because he's about to be a grandfather.
Yeah, she's trying to start a family. They ain't gonna. That right there, I was like, why are they even messing with us like this? Like, you know, this is not going. This ain't a match at all. She wants kids. She never had kids. He's done with kids, unless she thinks she's gonna change his mind. He's gonna be a deadbeat.
And I don't think you should try to change his mind because he's in a different space in his life.
Nah.
In the next few years, he'll probably become a grandfather. And he's looking forward to that, I'm sure. Because he doesn't have to change the nappy.
Yeah. He asked a weird question, like, to the mom, does she stay in the stuff that she don't want to be in long-term relationships that she doesn't want to be in? I guess he asked that, and he says he stays in relationships longer than they should have. That's a dumb question. Let's see. She just kept talking. Like, after he left, they said he was pretty cool, but she was like, there's no flames, though. Like, I'm waiting for that fire. Like,
Nothing was happening here.
nothing was going on. Nothing was turning. It was,
Yeah. Juices weren't flowing.
no, nothing was flowing. She don't see him as a guy she could wake up to in the morning. That was telling right there. Like, I don't know if I see him as the guy I want to wake up to or can wake up to.
If you didn't bring my mom a box of chocolates or some flowers, I don't see you as the man to wake up to either, personally.
And you know what else I noticed is, like, all the women kept saying, you're the first guy I ever brought to meet my parents. Like, I don't do this all the time. And you know what that means. When people say that, it means they do it all the time. All right, so then, and then, you know, just noticing how blinged out, like, guys buying chains just to be on TV. It's like, so, I don't know. Yeah, to each his own. And they looking, you know, they're trying to look all hip-hop for their age and upgrading a wardrobe in the last couple of episodes.
Partner, let me upgrade you.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe Clifton is doing that because all Joy's exes was like younger than him. So maybe he's kind of, I think he's a really insecure kind of gentleman. I mean, he looks really
Agreed.
secure. He looks really, you know, big and strong. But I think inside, there's a lot of insecurities
Yeah.
in that big exterior. I mean,
big body.
that happens. I mean, it's kind of, you know, it happens with everybody. And every man, no matter how secure you are, you have your moments. But you can't stay in that. You got to pull yourself out of it. So I don't know if he ever has. So it's just, that's why I don't see him enjoy, like, long-term being together. So now we go to Joy and Clifton. Incidentally, they go meet for dinner. And, like, she wants to assure Clifton that this is real. Like, she's in it.
Yeah.
And she just said that Clifton does, I don't know, she said her sister does have concerns about them too, because of her job. And that she's not ready to say bye, you know, to go to her I just imagine her like doing Tina Turner covers in Mexico.
Oh,
Yeah, so she got that, that figure. So yeah, but she, I noticed she got the tongue ring. Like, what's up with these? I don't know.
very
Maybe it's
90s.
the area. Yeah,
And
maybe it's
honestly,
DC.
Joy, you're a beautiful woman. It's okay to take that out now. It's probably been there for 20 years or
I
so.
haven't. Yeah, it's been a while
Though I
since I
don't know
met
if it
somebody with a
closes
tongue
up,
ring.
though. I wonder.
Probably not.
Maybe if you get on some, if you reach out to a holistic doctor, you might be able to. I hear Dr. Morris just recently got someone to regrow a toe. So
And
hey,
the other
body's
funny,
designed to heal itself.
yeah, you know what? It probably will close up at some point.
Yeah.
Well, no. Then again, you got the elongated things that don't close up.
True.
So
Touche.
no, but the thing that they was doing, they was trying to play us for dummies again, like acting like they ain't never got it in, they ain't never hit it. They've been hitting it the whole season.
I
I mean,
know.
they trying to act like, oh yeah, I can't wait. Then we can finally, see what each other is and got. And y'all wouldn't be this close if y'all didn't have the sexual chemistry that it takes to stay with a couple.
And just like people who have money, they're quiet about it. People who have sex are also quiet about it. So I'm not
You
sure
never
why
know.
you decided, and you two are two consulting adults, so I'm not sure why you're pretending like you haven't. Just be
No,
quiet
'cause
about it.
remember they said, "Oh man, can't wait to have sex with you."
And now, even on their getaway, they were like, "Ah, all we did was sleep, and I farted,"
Oh,
or
that was
something.
gross.
And it's just like,
Like,
we know you guys are two consenting grown adults. If you want to have sex, have sex. That's between you guys.
yeah,
But to bring it up casually
they
over
trying to
dinner
like they throwing the scent off of it, man.
in
Come
front
on,
of a camera crew,
we
who are you
know
trying to
what's been going on.
convince? Yeah, is this for us or for you? Like, anyways, neither here nor there.
All right, so now they ending this episode. All the couples are meeting, so it's like, oh, we're gonna find out who's gonna be a couple, who's gonna stay together.
Who's going
We
to ride
already
off
know
into the
everything.
sunset
Yeah.
and live happily ever after?
So then they start off with Donovan. Incidentally, this first time he started dressing his age. He came suited and booted
Yeah,
to
someone
meet
stepped in and
Carmen.
helped him out.
Maybe it was Carmen.
And it was a great suit. Looked good on
Yeah.
you, Donovan.
And then you got Paul on top of a building somewhere in Arlington. He's pondering. I don't know. He's like in deep thought about something. So we know what's gonna happen there. Clifton, he kind of dressed like an OG on this one. He had the turtleneck, the trench coat, black turtleneck, I think, and a camel hair, a camel color trench. But he is a big boy. he was anyway. And then you got Paul and Kia. They're not attracted to each other. Just put it that way. They don't see it. You can tell when the way they look at each other. It's just like platonic friends. Donovan, okay, yeah, he chooses Carmen. Big surprise. That's not gonna last either. I'm just saying. I don't see it. But you want to talk about? But they made it look real how they started kissing. Carmen and Donovan.
Oh, yeah.
There's like you can see the tongue and everything. It's like okay, we don't need to see
Listen, I'm sure they have sexual chemistry, and I'm sure that they have or will get it in. But just like Shiloh and Phil from last season, I just don't see it in the long term. I don't see them as equally yoked. That's all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Donovan has made questionable moves in the past. His past looks a little bit messy, and not a lot of women Carmen's age are going to sign up for that, frankly. And she appears as a sophisticated woman to me. So a woman of that age with sophistication, refinement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how good he is in realty. But I don't think that's
Yeah.
she's up here. Let's just let's just say that. Paul does not choose Dakia, and she doesn't choose Paul. Shocker. They both chose themselves.
Thank God. They had enough
Yeah.
sense to do that. Don't lie to us. We would rather that.
Right. And do you want to? And Joy came in looking very 90s too. I don't see. I don't really. I noticed. Well, I know what I look. I know what I like. And I know what I look for, and I know what looks right. And she should have had the knee-high boots. She had the
Or
ankle
pumps or stilettos.
Yeah,
Some
she had the
classy-
ankle boots with the tight black dress that comes down to the knee.
Which showed off her beautiful shape. She has a great body and that phenomenal bootay. So congrats, Joy. But I agree with Ishé on this one. The boots were a no-go for me.
Yeah,
I won't even tell you which group of people he said normally wears it. Wears those kinds of shoes.
Yeah, she wasn't doing it for the culture on that one.
Yeah, that part. A classy pair of pumps or, I get it. It was the fall, so boots, like he said, would have been to us a better choice. Like taller boots, longer boots, not the little booties that you had, ankle boots. But whatever, they did their whole cute little. He had a sign. Will you choose me? She circled, yes, I do. They kissed, and off they went to take her to the airport.
Yep. And I did notice that in a confessional camera, when Clifton was talking, he did have a jacket with a sewed-on hood. So I'm like, where is this coming? What time? Where is this style
There's
got
a
to
sale.
like not come back? Like
There was a sale.
Just wear the hoodie and wear a jacket, over that hoodie, but not the jacket with the sewed on hoodie. It's like you're 12.
Better still, how about you scrap the hoodie because you're not going to the gym and just wear the jacket like the adult that you are.
Well, yeah, if you're going to
On
the
a
gym,
date.
if you're going to a gym, the hoodie's cool. If you're going to
If you're going for a walk around the block, hoodie
you're going
also cool.
to the Native Tongues concert, with the old school 90s rappers, yeah, hoodie is or backpack rap, whatever. So anyway, that's it for Ready to Love, the last episode. What do you rate this episode?
It was painful because you could tell that they were, because they went through the great lengths of adding 2 extra episodes, which they've not done before. There was a lot of filler for me personally as they were trying to, fill in 2 more days, 2 more episodes of content.
So too many curveballs. They brought in too many people
curveballs.
and everybody left.
And then a lot of self-elimination because Black people don't know how to follow the rules. I'm just playing. So really and truly, I think a 6, maybe a 6.5 at most.
Yeah.
How about you?
It was half and half. Yeah. I gave it 5 out of 10 because it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just something to watch. Like no surprises. I was ready to be floored like what happened with Sabrina and Walt.
No plot twists.
Yeah. But, everything was... And I knew kind of like Paul and Dakia was going to just say, we pick ourselves.
It would have been disingenuous for them to try to walk off that, off the show with as a couple. But I guess what I want to know is, are we interested in reviewing the reunion or are we done with this season?
I don't know. Let's go ahead and do it.
You want to review the reunion?
Well, you don't want to, then.
No, if you want to, we will.
I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Of course,
Look,
we want to
if it's interesting, we'll review it.
Yeah, so stay tuned. If you don't see it from us, it's because we found it to be, which it probably will be. No offense.
Yeah, I don't like reviewing reunions. It's too much going on. But yeah, I think we ought to challenge ourselves to do it. All right, y'all. Well, that's it for this review of Ready to Love Season 6, Episode 12. And on that note, what do you say, you?
Get free and stay free.
Stay decent, folks.
But before we let you go, shall we serenade Ishé?
No, we already did it.
Happy birthday to you.
You can age
Happy
this video.
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ishé. Happy birthday to you.
Wow. And on that note, we are out.